1953, Hong Kong. Bruce Lee is 13 years old. He watches his father step into a circle, surrounded by men, ready to fight. What Bruce sees that night destroys everything he thought he knew about martial arts, about strength, about winning, about his father, and it's the reason Bruce Lee became who he became. Let me tell you about the fight that changed everything. Bruce Lee's father was Lee Hoi Chuen, a famous Cantonese opera star, actor, performer, celebrity, elegant on stage, graceful, refined. But Bruce never saw him fight, not once. His father practiced martial arts, Wing Chun, Tai Chi, traditional forms, but always in private, always controlled, always slow, meditative movements. Bruce thought his father was weak, not physically, but martially, too soft, too traditional, too theatrical. Bruce himself was already fighting. Street fights, school fights, rooftop fights. Hong Kong in the 1950s was rough. Gang violence, territorial disputes. Young men proving themselves with fists. Bruce was good at it, fast, aggressive, fearless. By 13, he'd won dozens of fights, never lost. He thought he understood combat, thought he knew what real fighting was, thought his father's traditional martial arts were useless. Old man stuff, Bruce would say, forms and meditation. That doesn't work in real fights. His father never argued, just smiled. One day, you'll understand. Bruce didn't believe him. Until November 1953, the night everything changed. It starts with an insult. Bruce's father is performing at a theater, opera house, packed crowd. After the show, he's greeting fans, signing autographs, taking photos. A man approaches, older, rough-looking, drunk. He pushes through the crowd. Lee Hoi Chuen. Bruce's father turns. Yes? I heard you practice Kung Fu. I study Wing Chun, yes. The man laughs, loud, mocking. Opera singers playing at martial arts. Pathetic. The crowd goes quiet. Bruce is watching from the side, sees his father's face, still calm, still smiling. I make no claims of mastery. I practice for health and discipline. Lies. You tell people you're a fighter. You're not. You're an actor playing dress-up. Bruce's father's smile fades, just slightly. I don't wish to argue with you. Because you're scared. Admit it. All your kung fu is fake. The crowd murmurs. This is a challenge. Public, direct, humiliating. In Chinese culture, this cannot be ignored. Bruce's father must respond, or lose face forever. Bruce watches, waiting for his father to walk away, to deflect, to avoid conflict. That's what soft people do, right? But his father doesn't walk away, doesn't deflect. Instead, he nods. If you wish to test me, I accept. The drunk man grins. Now? No, not here. This is a place of performance, not violence. Tomorrow night, 10 p.m., the warehouse on Canton Road. Bring witnesses if you wish. I'll bring my son. He gestures to Bruce. Bruce's heart stops. His father wants him there? Why? The drunk man agrees. Tomorrow night, I'll expose you for the fraud you are. He leaves. The crowd disperses. Bruce approaches his father. Why did you agree? Why not just walk away? His father looks at him. Really looks. Because some challenges must be answered. Not for pride, but for principle. What principle? You'll see tomorrow. Bruce can't sleep that night. His mind races. His father is going to fight. Actually fight. Not forms, not demonstration. Real combat. But his father is 48 years old. The drunk man looked younger, stronger, harder. Bruce is terrified. Not for himself. For his father. What if he loses? What if he gets hurt? What if Bruce's belief is confirmed, that traditional martial arts are useless? The next night arrives, 10 p.m. Bruce and his father arrive at the warehouse. It's abandoned, dark, cold. 20 men are already there, watching, waiting. The drunk man is in the center, stretching, shadowboxing, confident. Bruce's father walks in calmly, wearing simple clothes. No uniform. No ceremony. Just a man. The drunk man laughs. You actually came. I thought you'd run. Bruce's father says nothing, just walks to the circle. Someone has drawn a circle on the concrete floor. Chalk, about 15 feet in diameter. Traditional challenge fight. Stay in the circle. No weapons. Fight ends when someone can't continue or steps out. Bruce stands with the crowd, hands shaking. He's seen dozens of fights, been in dozens of fights, but this is different. This is his father. The drunk man enters the circle first, bouncing, moving, ready. Bruce's father enters second, stands still, hands at his sides, relaxed, too relaxed. The drunk man attacks immediately, a wild punch. Bruce's father moves, not fast, not dramatically, just moves. The punch misses by an inch. The drunk man throws another miss, then another miss. Bruce leans forward. What is he seeing? His father isn't blocking, isn't dodging violently, just shifting. Small movements, a turn of the hips, a step to the side, a slight lean, and every punch misses. The drunk man gets frustrated, throws faster, harder, a combination, left, right, left, kick. Bruce's father moves through it, like water flowing around rocks. None of the strikes land, not one. The drunk man is breathing hard now, burning energy, getting sloppy. Bruce's father hasn't thrown a single strike, just evaded, calmly, efficiently. The crowd murmurs. They see it too. This isn't luck. This is skill. Perfect, refined, technical skill. The drunk man realizes he's being toyed with, gets angry, charges, full aggression, no technique, just rage. Bruce's father waits until the last moment, then strikes, one movement, a palm strike to the drunk man's chest. Not hard, not violent, almost gentle. But the drunk man flies backwards, hits the ground, hard, slides 3 feet. The warehouse goes silent. The drunk man tries to get up, can't. The wind is completely knocked out of him. He gasps, struggles, fails. Bruce's father walks over, extends his hand, helps him up. You have strength, but you lack control. Strength without control is just violence. Violence without purpose is just chaos. The drunk man stares, shocked, humiliated, but also respectful. He bows, slightly, then leaves. The crowd disperses. Bruce stands frozen. What did he just witness? His father approaches. Let's go home. They walk in silence. Bruce's mind is reeling. Everything he thought he knew about fighting is wrong. He thought fights were about speed and aggression. His father showed him they're about timing and efficiency. He thought traditional martial arts were useless. His father proved they're the most effective when done right. He thought his father was weak. His father just dismantled a younger, stronger opponent without breaking a sweat. Finally, Bruce speaks. Why didn't you fight back earlier? You could have ended it in 10 seconds. His father keeps walking. Because the goal wasn't to win. The goal was to teach. Teach who? Him? No, you. Bruce stops. Me? His father turns. Bruce, you've won many street fights. You think that makes you a fighter? It doesn't. It makes you a brawler. There's a difference. What's the difference? A brawler uses force to dominate. A fighter uses skill to control. Force can be overcome. Skill cannot. But you have force. I saw you knock him down with one hit. That wasn't force, that was leverage. I used his momentum against him, redirected his energy. That's the essence of Wing Chun. Not to fight strength with strength, but to overcome strength with intelligence. Bruce processes this. Why did you let him attack so many times? Because I wanted him and you to see that offense without defense is suicide. He threw 30 punches, burned all his energy, and landed nothing. When he was exhausted, I ended it with one strike. That's efficiency. That's real martial arts. But in the street, you fight angry young men who rely on aggression. You win because you're angrier and more aggressive. But what happens when you meet someone stronger, faster, bigger? Aggression won't save you. Skill will. They arrive home. Bruce goes to his room, sits on his bed, thinks. Everything he believed about fighting is shattered. He thought he was good, but compared to what his father demonstrated, he's nothing, a child flailing. The next day, Bruce approaches his father. Teach me. Teach you what? Wing Chun, real martial arts, what you did last night. His father smiles. Are you ready to be a student? Yes. Being a student means admitting you know nothing. Can you do that? Bruce hesitates. His pride fights the question. But he thinks about the fight, about his father's effortless movement, about the drunk man's exhausted, useless aggression. Yes, I know nothing. Teach me. His father nods. We start tomorrow. 6 a.m. And Bruce? Yes? Everything you think you know about fighting? Forget it. We're starting from zero. Bruce's training begins. 6 a.m. every morning, before school. Not sparring, not fighting. Forms. Slow, controlled movements. The same movements Bruce mocked. Old man stuff. But now he understands. These movements aren't just forms. They're training the body to move efficiently, to waste no energy, to flow. His father drills him. Faster isn't better. Efficient is better. Hit harder. No, wait. Hit smarter. Stop fighting the opponent. Flow with them. Concepts Bruce never heard in street fights, where everything was about speed and power. After 3 months, his father lets him spar. Real sparring. Against his father. Bruce attacks with everything. His street fighting aggression, his speed, his strength. His father evades everything. Just like the drunk man, except his father explains while doing it. You're telegraphing. I see your punch before you throw it. You're off balance. If I strike now, you fall. You're wasting energy. Every move should have purpose. Bruce is frustrated. He can't land a single hit. After 20 minutes, his father stops. Now I'll show you proper Wing Chun. He attacks. Bruce tries to defend. Can't. His father's strikes come from angles Bruce doesn't expect. Chain punches, trap hands, low kicks, all flowing together. Bruce is overwhelmed. Within 30 seconds, Bruce is on the ground. Not hurt, but completely controlled. His father helps him up. That's the difference. Street fighting is chaos. Martial arts is order. Chaos beats chaos. But order beats chaos every time. Bruce trains obsessively, every day, every morning, every evening. Wing Chun becomes his foundation. But he doesn't stop there. He studies other styles. Boxing, fencing, judo, takes techniques from each, adapts them, improves them. By age 18, Bruce is formidable. Not because of street fighting, because of his father's lesson. Efficiency over force, skill over aggression, intelligence over strength. Years later, after Bruce becomes famous, a reporter asks him, "Who taught you martial arts?" Bruce pauses, thinks about that night in the warehouse, his father's calm demeanor, the drunk man's exhausted rage, the lesson that changed everything. My first teacher was Yip Man, but my most important teacher was my father. He showed me that martial arts isn't about fighting, it's about not needing to fight. What do you mean? Real skill is invisible. The best fighters never fight, because their presence alone ends the conflict. That's what my father taught me. 1965. Bruce's father dies. Bruce is 25. He's in America, gets the call, flies to Hong Kong immediately. At the funeral, he meets the drunk man from that night. Older now, sober, respectful. "I'm sorry for your loss." Bruce nods. "Did you know my father well?" "Not well, but I never forgot our fight. He changed my life that night." "How?" "He showed me that real strength is restraint. He could have hurt me badly, but he didn't. He humiliated my pride, not my body. That's the mark of a true master." Bruce agrees. "He taught me the same lesson." The man bows, leaves. Bruce stands alone by the casket, thinks about that night in 1953, the night he learned what real martial arts meant, and he makes a promise to honor his father's teaching, not just by being a great fighter, but by being a wise one. 1973. Bruce Lee is at the peak of his career, films breaking records, international superstar. Everyone wants to fight him, challenge him, prove themselves. But Bruce rarely accepts, because he remembers his father's lesson. The best fight is the one you don't have. People misunderstand, think Bruce is scared, arrogant, but Bruce knows the truth. Real martial artists don't need to prove anything. Their skill speaks for itself. In an interview, months before his death, Bruce is asked, "Do you ever regret not fighting more? Proving yourself in real combat?" Bruce smiles, the same smile his father had. "I have nothing to prove. My father taught me that. He fought once in front of me. Once. And that one fight taught me more than 1,000 victories could have." What did it teach you? That winning is easy, not needing to win is hard. That's the real martial art. The interviewer doesn't understand, but Bruce does. And somewhere, he hopes his father does too. Because that night in 1953, the night Bruce watched his father fight, that wasn't just a fight, it was a legacy, a teaching, a gift. And Bruce carried it with him, every day, until the end.